Hey guys, this is Trevor Wood here again, and today I'm here to talk to you about why do my internet fail when it rains. I know many customers have this issue where when it rains, the internet does not work, or sometimes the phone as well does not work. But as soon as the sun comes back out and all the water dries up, hey, my internet is back up and everything is cool. So they might have placed a service call to the ISP when the line was down, but by the time the technician gets out there, the line is back up and everything is fine, and the technician do not find a problem. He goes away, and maybe 2 days later or a week later, there's another rainstorm and the same problem reoccurs. What can you do? Well, there's a lot you can do, and that's what we're going to be talking about right now. Here you have your ISP, which is your telephone company's office, which you'll call the central office. This is where your telephone and internet service comes from. Now these two lines here represents your phone line going all the way from your ISP to your location. This could be as much as 5 kilometers away. Now, these two lines here are negative and positive, but in the phone industry we call it tip and ring, but it's the same thing. You can think about it as negative and positive as in on any DC line. Now, here we got it going to a box. This box is right in your neighborhood. You probably drive by there every day. It's within, 100 meters of your premises. Now there's a line here going directly from your premises right to that box. And all they do here is connect these two lines together. That's it. And the line is done. You have your phone service and you have your internet service. Everything is good. Now, the problem here we're going to talk about is today it's dry. It's beautiful outside. And your phone line and your internet is working beautiful. Now, of course, this is close to 5 kilometers of copper, so you're not going to have a really fast line, but it is what it is. And you have internet and you're happy, because you live so far from the central office that you're lucky to get internet in the first place. But you have a lot of copper wire here, and this copper may be quite old. It might have been sitting in the ground for 50 years or could be close to 100 years depending on how old your area is. So what happens when copper cables sit underground that long? Well, the insulation becomes cracked after a while. And what happens is that water may seep in when it rains. So this water comes into contact with either one of these wires here, either a tip or a ring, it doesn't matter. But any copper roof that is exposed to water becomes green after a while. Well, that's exactly what is going to happen to the wire as well. It's going to become green. But that's not the main problem. The main problem here is that this water, as you know, water conducts electricity. So the electricity in your wire, the current in your wire, is going to be routed to ground. May not be all of it, but some of it. So if just a little bit of it is, your line may not be down, but it may be intermittent, or it may get really slow. And you may find that there's some static on your phone as well. If there's a lot of current going to ground, you may find that your internet is totally down, and so is your phone line. Well, a few days later, when the technician gets out there, it is sunny and beautiful out, and the line has some time to dry out. So when he goes to the phone, he's going to get beautiful dial tone. He can make a phone call on the line and everything is good, because now there's no water here conducting that electricity to ground. Everything is flowing right back to your premises, so everything looks fine. Even if he puts a meter on the line and tests it, he would not find a problem. And in most cases, what will happen here is that the technician is going to go away and you're going to have this continue to have this problem. Now, right under here as well, you have another scenario. You have the tip and the ring, which is the telephone line, again going to the box just like we have up here. But here we have another line under here. This is fiber. And what is happening here is that instead of having your internet on these two copper wires with the phone line coming from the central office, we put the internet onto the fiber. We keep these two wires here for the phone, so the phone continue to be on these wires here. So if you should get that same problem when it rains and these wires here become covered with water, what's going to happen is that the phone is going to be down completely, but not the internet. But if this line here should be covered with water when it rains, and the same scenario where current is being routed to the ground, you're going to find that both the internet and the phone would be down, or at least degraded service. Now, by the way, what this is called in the telephone industry would be a ring ground, or if this side is in water, this would be called a tip ground, or up here it would be the same thing, tip and ring. So whichever is in water would be called a ground. So this would be a ring ground or a tip ground. That's the lingo that the telephone company uses. You don't really have to worry about that. I just thought I'd mention that to you just in case you want to remember that. So a tip ground or ring ground, which is caused by water, is what would be causing the problem here in this case. So what the technician should have done, the first time the technician comes out, he may not think much of this problem. But if he has to return for the second time, if he is leaving without fixing this problem, you should, at this point, now that you are educated in this stuff here, you have the power to say to him, hey, I think that this is a problem with water. It's probably a tip ground or a ring ground, and you should check either the line coming from the central office to the box or the line from the box to my premises to resolve that issue. Of course, if it is dry out, he will not be able to find a problem, but what he could do is to change the pair on spec. Like if the pair, this pair is in a cable and the cable have 30 pairs, for instance, and you have pair number 2, you might want to move that pair to another pair in that cable far away from 2, like 24 or 25 or something close to 30, if there's a spare pair in that area, to resolve this problem. Because maybe just the lower pairs are sitting in the water, but the higher pairs are not. So by changing to a higher pair, you may be able to resolve that problem for you. That is what I would suggest to do if this is something that you're experiencing and the technician have been out once already and is coming back the second time and this problem continue to happen. Ask him to change the pair on spec in order to resolve your issue. My name is Trevor Wood and thank you for watching. If you have not yet subscribed and this video has been helpful to you, please hit the subscribe button below and then the notification button so that you'll be notified when the next video is released. I release videos once every week and the next video would be on a similar subject. I look forward to sharing my next video with you. So bye for now.